Hey everybody, Robb here for Southwest Florida Television. I'm back at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park in North Naples, Florida for part 2 of my Monday morning beach walk. It's just a few minutes before 9 a.m. Temperature's up to about 82 degrees, a humid 82 degrees. Expecting today's high to get up around 90. Some scattered rain later, isolated rain showers. Very hazy. There's a lot of dust in the upper atmosphere, the Saharan dust. So instead of seeing those really crisp blue sky, it's just kind of a little bluish gray sky. Still beautiful out here. Love the sea oats. We had a nice little walk down to the south end of the beach this morning. Now we're going to continue our walk from Area 2 here up to the north. It's always one of my favorite views here. Oh, I missed Nana. Nana over there on the left, walking up the beach. One of our rangers behind me replacing some bad boards on the boardwalk. It's a never-ending job keeping these boardwalks maintained. They've been working on resealing them all. They haven't gotten to this one yet. A couple of our sea turtle nests here in front of me. Nest number 36 over there. Boy, when we went up to Sanibel Island, amazing how many nests they had. I mean, of course, that's a huge stretch of beach, but what was it, in the 500s or something? It was crazy. That was neat. When we went to Bowman's Beach, the water looks good out here. No red tide, no blue-green algae. We're safe from all of that stuff for now. However, the water is warm. It's around 90 degrees, the water temperature, depending exactly where you are, between 87 and 90. Just before I ended my first live feed, something caught my eye on the beach. It was a little shark eye, a little moon shell was laying upside down. I haven't picked up a moon shell, a shark eye shell here in quite a while. There it is. That made my morning. Those are one of my favorite shells. The shelling's been kind of sparse here lately. You'd think with those storms that have been passing by us and all the waves, it that we'd be finding more shells. But that hasn't been the case here at Delnor-Wiggins. Other places, other beaches in Southwest Florida, yep. We'll walk up to Wiggins Pass, see what it looks like. The tide is just starting to come back in here. It was getting really hard to get up to Wiggins Pass. There's no beach left up there. Up by the old boardwalk, the beach has disappeared. A little lull in the waves. Plenty of little slipper shells out here on the beach. There's no shortage of those little slipper shells. Grab a couple of them here. There's two right here. See how when you flip them over, they look like little slippers. The slipper shells, they're really common here. We've seen those at every beach we've visited in the past couple of weeks. Cockle shells, those are common too. You can tell the cockles because of their deep ridges. There's something right out in the water here. I can see some ripples, a school of bigger fish swimming up the beach. Right out in there. Just out in front of me. All right down out here now. I can see little swirls in the water. Love to see a dolphin come in and chase him. I don't know if you can see the little swirls out there or not. The waves were really breaking up there to the north there. Not big waves, but compared to the rest of the beach, some waves and little sandpipers running in and out of the little waves here just ahead of me. Up, off they go. Off they go. They're pretty timid. Those little sandpipers are quite timid. Someday, I've got a wish list of things I need that I'd like. Love to get some type of underwater camera. Not necessarily a GoPro. There's other brands of underwater cameras that are cheaper than GoPros. Also like to get a new camera, period. I am without a nice camera now. This is my iPhone, but I'd love to get a camera with a nice lens on it so I can start taking pictures again. I haven't been doing that I had a nice camera for half a dozen years now. Crazy. I'd love to go get some nice close-up shots and some wildlife and things. At all these beautiful parks and beaches we're visiting now. Someday. Or if anybody's wanting to get rid of something, I'll gladly take it off your hands. Looking for a nice high-resolution DSLR camera with a nice zoom lens on it. Something that does video, at least something that shoots at least 4K video, and hopefully in at least 120 frames, if not faster. So I can do some slow motion video, good, nice slow motion. We're up in Area 4 now as we make our trek northward. Little pile of shells here. See if there's anything buried in it. Do I see it? Or are my eyes playing tricks on me? Oh, it's a piece of one. Earlier when I found that moon shell, I said, boy, I'd sure like to find a murex. Yeah, there's a piece of a murex. Beautiful though, when it's got the holes in it like that. An apple murex. Darn. I thought it was going to be my lucky day. Well, our walk isn't over. There are a lot of shells in the water. It's just hard to see them. There's a little ridge line. With that tide coming in now, it's getting hard to see them. Darn, there was just a little fighting conch I was going to pick up. And the waves came and just stole it away. Here it is. They're common, the little fighting conchs, but they're still beautiful. Always make sure there's nothing living inside when you pick up a shell and take it home. Robert likes those fighting conchs. He's making a kind of like a little garden with them. You can see all the shells washing in here. But you gotta have good eyes. Good eyes to see what's coming up on the beach here. Lots of little shells. Lots and lots of little shells. Used to see tons of worm shells. Remember that? All the little worm shells and the worm tips on the beach. Not seeing a whole bunch of them anymore. I don't know why. Oh, an old lightning whelk, a little lightning whelk, what's left of it. Well, darn it, there's a little baby lightning whelk here and it just got washed away. There it is. A little lightning whelk. Little baby. Not a baby, but a small one. We've seen them smaller than that. Barbara Grove has a little jar of them. They're the size of pinheads. Amazing. There's what's left of a little clump of shells. Little olive shell, piece of a little olive shell. At times we see lots of those live, the live olive snails crawling around on the sandbars. Of course, our little tulips, a little banded tulip. Nice, got a chip in it. A little banded tulip. Little cockle shell. See what happens when you just kind of sift through these things, take a minute. There's just a little tiny clump here. Imagine if you spent time at a big pile. Kitten's paw. All kinds of little hidden goodies here. Area 4 beach at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park. Let's keep moving up the beach here. There's another couple little clumps, little mounds of shells here. I know our friend Donnie would be in hog heaven here. Going through these. Really want to find a murex. Just determined.
Find anything good there?
Nothing yet. Now I did. Now I did.
Hey, Rob, Bad Bob.
I was talking about you earlier.
No, were you?
I'm like, but folks, this is who I was talking about in my first live feed. This is Bad Bob. I said, I was so sorry I didn't get to meet you over the weekend.
Oh.
And then here you are. And I said, well, maybe it's a good thing. I don't know why they call him Bad Bob.
Because I'm so good.
Oh, you're so good, you're bad.
I'm so good, I'm bad.
Amen.
This is my lovely wife, Sherry.
Sherry, Mrs. Bad Bob over there. We're all sweaty out here. It comes with the beach. The humidities. Where are you from?
We're just outside of Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio, okay.
Near Buckeye Lake.
Buckeyes.
It's just south of Buckeye
My
Lake.
wife's a Buckeye.
She's
Oh
a
yeah.
good lady, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a hell of a cook. Some of those Ohio girls are good cooks.
Yeah.
She's got part farm girl.
Those are the best.
Yep,
Those are
yep.
the best. Those are the best.
She's real good at donuts.
I don't miss too many meals either.
So I think that was your daughter I met one day, right?
You met my
Yep.
oldest daughter.
Yep.
I've got 3 daughters and a son. We got a place there at Wiggins Bay.
Oh, okay.
So
you're
that's
close.
how they come across.
You're on the boat there, yeah. That's nice.
So I'll be using that too.
How long are you down for?
We're going to be down we're leaving Friday or Saturday. So I'll be back out here.
What are you doing Tuesday?
Tuesday?
You got any like pressing things Tuesday evening, like
I don't
5
think so.
o'clock? We're going up to a little Mexican place for $1 tacos in Bonita.
Oh.
Nice.
Maria's Mexican restaurant's on Old 41.
All right.
You know, if you know where the Wonder Gardens is, it's between Terry Street and Bonita Beach Road.
Okay.
But you just go up Old 41. It's Maria's. Dude, give it a Google. Love to have you join us. There's going to be a handful of
about
Yep, 5 o'clock.
All right.
$1 taco. You can't go. Who doesn't like tacos?
$1
And for
taco.
$1, you can't go wrong. That'd be awesome.
It was nice meeting
Yeah,
you.
same here.
My husband watches you every
So I heard. I don't know why. Like Roy always used to
that's
say, I don't know why people want to watch us, but it was awesome.
It starts your day better than ever. It's glorious. All
It's a break from all the other stuff that's on social media, you know? Awesome.
Good as Pete and Nancy with
Well,
did pick up some trash yesterday.
did you pick up some? God bless you. God bless you. Doing your part. Oh, you met Sal? Did you tell him you knew him through? Oh, that had to make his day.
Oh,
That had to make his day. He's a great guy.
yeah. About that.
That's awesome. All right. See y'all later. Hopefully tomorrow night. All right? Okay. Take care. Bad Bob. Got to meet Bad Bob. I was so afraid that I was going to miss them. I thought they were just coming down for the weekend. Well, there actually are some shells here. The high tide, the tide's coming in though and spreading them out. It's kind of doing a natural sifting here, but it's also pulling them back into the water. But there are more shells here on the beach than I've seen in a while. Nothing like the old days, though. Nothing like the old days. Remember when we'd get up to the pass and just find piles of moon shells and angel wings? That was just incredible when that was going on. Little turkey wing shell there. Should be kind of obvious why they call that a turkey wing. There's another one. Boy, that one's got some nice colors on it. The turkey wing shells. Nice little kitten paw right there. Another broken murex, darn it. I'm wanting to find a murex. So far, just finding pieces of them. Now you know what happens when I'm looking for shells, I miss the dolphins. I'll be bent over and the dolphins will go by behind me. Somebody had a bag full of shells. Little Ziploc full of them. There's some shells way up on the beach over here. Looks like they've been well sifted through. Deep pile of them though. Man. I'll bet you there's still something good buried down in there. Like I say, it's just about taking the time. Taking the time to do a little stooping and sifting. The old Sanibel stoop is what they call it when you bend over and look at that. Big old turkey wing. Crunching under my feet. I'm wondering if there's anything up the pass. Another one of those little piles. See a little fighting conch in there. Any little baby fighting conchs? Usually see a lot of those. I thought that was an olive. It's a stone. It looks like an olive shell, but it's a rock. Little fighting conch. Hey, there's a worm tip. I have not seen many of these lately. The tip of a worm shell, of a wormy. Just need to spend the time. If you need to spend time out here, if you want to find some nice shells, patience, perseverance. Flexibility. Flexibility is something good to have too when you're shelling. Yeah, the green of this water is gorgeous. Doesn't translate on the camera too well, but the water is just a beautiful emerald green right here. Gotta get the sand off my shorts, off my bathing suit. I want to get it all over the seat of my car. There's enough sand in my car to start a beach though. I filled up the dry vac one day, not too long ago with it. Of course, that's Area 4, the pines up in Area 4, Roy and Audrey's pine trees over there. Gotta be really careful here. There's some spots along the beach. Here's one of them. There's a good-sized drop-off. And it'll catch you by surprise when you're walking out there. You want to wait in between the waves is when you want to walk out into the water. Same when you're coming out. Right? You'll lose your balance. That's sadly one of the problems Roy was having there towards the end, was just keeping his balance. Oh, look at all those pelicans. Wow. Wow, they just snuck up behind me. How cool. Look at them all. Look at all these shells. Man, I'm just looking on the surface here for something. I want to get up to Wiggins Pass, see what that looks like this morning. I got a feeling it's going to be almost impassable. Well, let me see here. This little area up here I kind of nicknamed Nancy's Nursery. We had 3 sea turtle nests here up by Roy's pine tree, and in a little grouping. Looks like they have all hatched. All 3 have hatched. No more cages here. Sweet. All those little sea turtles are on their way. So sad to think of what the odds are for them reaching maturity. 1 in 1,000. Isn't that incredible? When you see them all run into the beach, 100 little sea turtles making a run for it. Don't forget, tomorrow, Bunch Beach. We'll be at Bunch Beach around 7:30 tomorrow morning. Tune in live, hoping I can get a connection. Keeping my fingers crossed. I'm always at the mercy of my cell phone provider. And we all know how that goes. We all have our issues with our carriers. They all have their issues. I believe that's a nutmeg shell. I believe that's a big nutmeg shell. Nice. Kind of looks like a screw. The nutmeg shell. Some of these darn slipper shells trick me. They look like shark eyes, like moon shells sometimes if they're laying just a certain way. Nice olive shell. That is a nice olive right there. Two nice olive shells. Look at that. Two beautiful olives. Nothing inside them. Both have their tips. Nice sheen. Beautiful olive shells. Wow. Right side by side. I've got 4 shells in my pocket. That's the most I've had in a long time here at Wiggins. It's another little whelk, a little lightning whelk. Huh. Roy didn't send any dolphins my way this morning, but he sent some shells. Thanks, Roy. Looking at all these shells, I can't help but thinking about our friend Barbara Grove and her mission in Haiti. The Mothers of Haiti, her nonprofit organization, to help them get set up in business. My gosh, I hope all those people are okay. So many crazy things going on right now in the world. Between Afghanistan, Haiti, floods, hurricanes. We really need a miracle. Pray to God that things get straightened out here. Alright, so we're up in area 5. And it is just very quiet and peaceful up here. As it should be. If you enjoy my live feeds, if you appreciate what I do here, if you appreciate the effort that I put into my beach walks and traveling around now, trying to share some of our local color with you. The only way I can do that is with your help. It's the only way I can continue to do this. It's your 2 things from you that I depend on, and that's your friendship. Gotta have friends watching, or it's pointless. I just come out here and enjoy the beach. But also your financial support. Sadly, I gotta pay the bills. So if you like what you're seeing here, if you'd like to send a little token of appreciation, as I call it, a tip, contribution, donation, whatever you want to call it, you can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post, as well as my Venmo account username. Those of you that are Venmo people, some people have PayPal, some have Venmo, some have both. You can find that info in the description of this post. Or you can send some stars. You can send stars to any of my videos, not just the live feeds. And I do thank you. I do thank you. Every dollar counts. Some of you guys do it all. Some of you send tips, you're supporters. You send stars. Some amazing friends out there. Bad Bob, who we just saw, he's one of them. He's one of the supporters. Jackie and Cindy and Donnie and Anna and Mary and, gosh, Margaret. The list, the names just go on and on. There's so many awesome people. And we're getting a nice little following on YouTube now as well. We're getting up to about 10,000 followers on YouTube. Of course, you don't get to see them here on Facebook. They don't get to share in the comments, but they're there watching, commenting on YouTube. Our beach family here on Facebook is just continually growing. Not in leaps and bounds, but I don't know, 150, somewhere 150 to 300 people a month. All wonderful, wonderful people, by the way. That's so neat. Bad Bob, who we met just a little while ago, him and his wife, ran into Fisherman Sal here the other day and introduced themselves. I think that is so cool. I just think that is so cool how complete strangers are meeting through these live feeds, are meeting through these beach walks because of these beach walks. That is just so cool. And not just online, but actually in person. That is so neat. That's why I do it. That is why I do it. I just want to bring everybody together. We accept everyone into our beach family here. The only rule we have is you don't talk about politics here. Stay away from politics. If you talk about politics, unfortunately, you're booted out from our beach family. That's the only rule. Pretty simple rule. Plenty other places talk about politics. Do it on your personal page. Rant and rave, do whatever you want. Just don't do it on this page. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Just remember, your opinion isn't the only opinion. A lot of people forget that. Lots of bullies out there on social media think their opinion's the only opinion. They really sound stupid when they do that. I mean, they really make themselves look foolish. Love watching the water splash up into the trees. I don't know what time high tide is here at Wiggins Pass. I think it's around 2 something. Beautiful, the little snowy egret taking flight there. There's a couple little snowies perched over. They just took off. Darn it. Now they're moving down the beach. They did land over here for a minute and they took off. Darn it. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Rob.
How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good, my friend, good. Well, we're getting close to the pass here. I think I am going to start another live feed. Live feed number 3, and we'll walk up to the pass. What do you think? See if we can get a few more viewers. Maybe I'll give you a peek here. See what happens with our connection. Sometimes it fizzles out right around here. See if there's any beach up there. Huh. Not really. All right. Hopefully I'll see you later. If not, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Please help spread the word about Southwest Florida television. Find some photos, videos that you like. Hit the like and share. Share away. Help spread the word and share the love about bringing awesome people just like you together, one beach walk at a time. Thanks for the stars. Hopefully there'll be some tips. Remember, Bunch Beach tomorrow. Cellular connection willing. Keeping my fingers crossed. We had a little issue at Lover's Key the other day when we first started out. Bunch Beaches, everything I've read about it sounds incredible. It sounds awesome. Huge park. It's actually a little bigger than Lover's Key State Park. Lover's Key is 712 acres. Bunch Beach Park is 718 acres. Wow. Be fun to check it out. All right, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Tally ho, my friends, tally ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.